What's up, guys? Nepenthes here, and welcome to a vlog, I guess. Not really a vlog, but not a Road to Glory episode. Yes, this is on the second channel. Fair bit to talk about. Just a little change in the vibes around, and some of that definitely on me. Some of that I feel like is well, I don't know. I feel like just a hate brigade has come over to this second channel, and I don't know where it's come from, and I don't know why it's come. But I just want to talk. So I literally just reading through the comments of the most recent video, and it's a little bit frustrating. It's a little bit frustrating what I'm reading, and more importantly, why I'm reading it. So I am going to read some of the comments, but I'm not going to read some of the comments. But I want to start with just first of all, sorry to anyone that I've offended for being myself. Not trying to bring on any kind of what is it? I guess sympathy or anything like that. I literally just, if I've offended you over the last few days specifically, I apologise. Obviously, it's not my intention to offend. It's my intention to entertain, and that's what this Road to Glory is. Now, the first thing I just want to talk about is the video titles and this new you're clickbaiting thing. My title on today's video, because this video will probably be uploaded around 1-2 o'clock in the morning. My title on today's video was 97 Team of the Season Ibra Squad Builder, because I used the 97 Team of the Season loan card that I packed in a squad. And people seem to be very, very upset that I titled it this. And some of the comments were reading, you should label this, shall we try 97 Team of the Season loan Ibrahimovic? Like, there's literally, you only have a certain amount of characters that you're allowed to put into a title. So you have to, I feel like I've explained this several times, but you have to grab what you feel is the most attention, like, grabbing title out of your video and put it as your title. I literally explained this exactly 2 or 3 videos ago, how you guys seem to find it okay for me to title things in a manner when it suits you, but not when it doesn't suit you. For example, 1 month ago, episode 208, getting coins wiped. I didn't get my coins wiped. We was addressing a comment we're talking about getting coins wiped. Let me move down to like the 150s or 140s. Number 149 is called Top 100 in the World. I didn't get Top 100 in the world. I played someone who was Top 100 in the world, and but there was a theme around Top 100 in the world. Not a single person made a single claim saying, that this is clickbait. You've misled me into coming into this video. We have 4 months ago a ones to watch in a bronze pack when we was talking about Gagliardini, because he had a base bronze card, being able to pack that gold ones to watch in a bronze pack. Not an eyelid was batted. And that's been, those style of titles have been the theme of my videos over time, because what I do is I take your guys' comments and we talk about things within the game. So although my Road to Glory is about FIFA and about generating coins and building your club and the best way to do it, also enjoying teams and so on and so forth, I feel like the way I'm titling videos now is not any different to any way that I've previously titled them. However, now and it's literally only been over the last 4 or 5 days, now all of a sudden you guys say that this is not acceptable. It started on the video that was titled, we get 5 times Team of the Year. That's where it started, 4 days ago. So literally the last 5 videos, you've gone from no problem at all with the way I was titling my videos, which were, in many people's eyes, according to now, were very clickbaity, to all of a sudden not accepting the way that I'm titling my videos. And I don't understand where this switch came from. If from episode 1 you guys were saying to me that, can you not title it like this? This is inappropriate. I might have been able to sit there and say, okay, like, let's find a different way for me to get an attention-grabbing headline to show you guys without you feeling like it's clickbait. But it's the same. It's the same. So I don't understand. I literally don't understand where this sudden switch in mentality from you guys has come from. Obviously, I've done something somewhere that's caused people, but like, if you're a fan of my Road to Glory, this is a Road to Glory channel. This is a channel where I've uploaded 265 episodes of nothing but Road to Glory. You know, there might have been one podcast in the meantime, or two podcasts in the meantime, and now a video like this where it's just me sitting here talking to you guys. And now, if you've been a fan of this, you know I packed 97 Lone Ibra, and in fact the pack opening is titled Team of the Season Ibra in a Lone Pack, letting you guys know it was a loan. That would have been an opportunity I had to, if I was clickbaiting, if I was sitting there thinking, man, how can I con these guys today into clicking my video? That would have just been called, oh my fucking god, I packed Team of the Season Ibrahimovic, because that would have been a viable title, you know what I mean? But I made sure you guys knew it was a loan. So the fact only 2 weeks ago I packed Team of the Season Lone Ibra, and now today I'm doing a squad where I'm using Ibra in it, everyone's like, I had no idea that would be the loan. And not everyone, that's unfair. A small portion of people. But it seems to be dictating the comment section. So surely it would be obvious to you that it was the 97 Lone Ibra. Maybe I'm wrong, but if I watched all of the Road to Glory videos, or even some of the Road to Glory videos, I would be savvy to the fact that I knew that I had a lone Team of the Season Ibra, and that this squad builder would be about a lone Team of the Season Ibra. To then click into the comments, because I saw the dislikes and I was like, damn, like I was literally like, my first thought was like, did I literally do something wrong in the video? Did I leave in a clip that wasn't supposed to be there? Did I say something that I should have edited out before the video went live? Did I make a mistake, like a complete mistake somewhere down the line that caused this reaction? And then I click in onto the comments, and the top comment is something that I want to address, because a lot of people have thumbed this up and a lot of people have asked this to be addressed. It's not something I would usually address, but I feel like this, you know, this comment is super long. It's from Victor K. Now he's posted a lot on the channel, and I remember exactly what he's saying about it. He says, Nep, if you read this, I want you to know I didn't mean any disrespect by anything I'm saying. Right there in that comment is the problem. Just because you didn't mean any disrespect with something, it doesn't mean you didn't disrespect me. I'll read the whole comment, and then, because this portion right here, Victor, is specifically to you and to potentially your friends and anyone that is in the same boat as specifically you. He says, I want you to know I don't mean any disrespect by anything I'm saying. I'm just telling you how I honestly feel about the way you've been handling things recently. I'm a fan who's been subbed for years, LMAO. And I don't think I've been handling things any different recently to how I've usually handled things. He says, I personally think that over the past year you've gotten more jaded and easily offended. As I said, I'll read it all first. Anything seems to set you off nowadays. Foot champs is where we see this most, where after a loss you look to blame anything but yourself. OP goalkeepers, servers, fatigue, disinterest in the game, etc. You used to be quite introspective when it came to FIFA, looking at yourself and what you could have done better, but now it seems like anytime something goes wrong, it triggers you immensely and it's everyone else's fault. I get it. Me and my two best friends watch your videos and play Foot Champs. We go through the same struggle of lag, input delay, and shitty servers. I understand it's frustrating, but complaining and being sour about it for videos upon videos is kind of getting annoying, to be honest. I know the classic response to this is just don't watch or stop trying to control him, but for one, I'm a fan and I'm not trying to control, I'm trying to help. This personality, I can't think of a better word, but if I do, I'll edit my comment, has crept into your interactions with fans on stream, on Twitter, and in the comments. You snap at fans who post timestamps in the comments, even though I believe that you get the same revenue from clicking and watching a video. Correct me if I'm wrong. You seem to get mad when people suggest that you lost the game of Foot Champs due to user error or your opponents being better. And simple things like jokes around your FIFA game or things that go on in your life set you off. The other day when you accidentally tweeted your address, me and some others made some simple, very non-offensive and non-threatening jokes about it. But instead of joining in on the fun and laughing with us, you got triggered and blocked all of us. Now, I'm aware that you had issues with others coming and bothering you in the past, but if you read some of the tweets that we sent you, they were not threatening at all. All I'm saying is that you seem to be quick to anger and annoyance these days, and you don't really take any feedback that is perceived to be at all negative. I've been subbed to you for years and we've had dozens of positive interactions with each other, mostly in the comments on FIFA 16 Draft to Glory, but over the last few months I've noticed a negative change in your personality. Love the Road to Glory and I'll continue watching every video. I just wanted to get this off my chest. I'm not looking to get unblocked on Twitter. I made a new one and followed you, but I just want to hear your opinion on this. And there's just so much in here that is seemingly a view of him and a few others that I don't understand the outlook. So first of all, he says, personally over the past year, he's got jaded and more easily offended. Over the past year, I've been given more like abuse than ever before, and I say a lot of it is my own problems, my fault, like to do with the court case and things like that. It comes part and parcel. So it got to a point where there was just so much shit thrown my way, I just didn't want to see it anymore. So when somebody throws shit my way, be it a joke or not a joke, I literally just don't want to see those negative interactions. So I block them. And that's not personal to you or to any, it doesn't matter if you've watched my videos forever, if you're a fan or if you're a hater. If if you tweet something at me that is negative towards me, be it a joke or not, like, it's hard to explain, but I don't know you in a way that allows you to have jokes with me in that negative sense. This isn't something where we can have a bit of banter back and forth negatively because we know each other. Like with Nick, for example, on stream, we have those negative, oh, you're trash. It's like if somebody else says that to me and I don't know them, that's like you walking up to a stranger on a street and be like, oh, you look like a tramp today. And then just like, why would they tolerate that? Like, it's not on me to tolerate your negativity or your bad jokes in bad taste just because you watch my videos. I shouldn't have to put up with that. And this isn't personally to you or directed to you. This is just something that's gone on over the last year or so. Just so much negativity on my timeline all the time and in my main channel comments that I just decided, not even one day, but over a course of a few weeks, I kept getting more and more, and I was like, you know what, I just don't want to have to put up with this. And so to not put up with it, I just started blocking all of it, and it made my life a hell of a lot better. Yep, still see some every now and then, and when I see it, boom, block it. See another one, boom, block it. You then went on anything to set you off nowadays. Foot Champs is where we see this most, whereas after you lost, you look to blame anything but yourself. Like, I feel like the first sort of 5 or 8 minutes of the video that you wrote this comment in was literally me saying, I deserve those losses I took. I literally said the phrase along the lines of, usually I will lose 8 to 10 games and I will say 4 or 5 of them I don't feel like I deserve to lose. I underperformed or things didn't go my way. But this occasion I lost 14 games, way more than normal. And yet I sat there and I said probably only 2 or 3 of them at most were those sort of games where I thought, damn, I could have won that. But in the rest of those games, I lost them deservedly. I lost them to good players who scored good goals. And one of the reasons why I lost is because I was on tilt and I was playing badly, but also because the gameplay felt really bad. That's not me blaming someone else or blaming the game or blaming OP goalkeepers. That is me saying a combination of me playing badly, me being on tilt, and the game servers just being pretty horrendous is why I lost. I didn't say I lost them unfairly or I deserved to win them, because I absolutely didn't. So it surprises me that when you say I look to blame everything but myself, yet I was actually blaming myself. Yeah, sure, I also attribute it a lot to the game connection, but mostly it was me playing bad. It was me playing on tilt, and I said that in the video. So when you then say something like you're blaming anything but yourself, it's hard for me to take you seriously when you're clearly not listening to what I'm actually saying in the video. But what you actually wanted to do was get this big comment out there because I blocked you on Twitter. That's what this is about, really, isn't it? You know what I mean? And I don't think that's necessarily fair. Like, you're spreading a false narrative. This comment has a 430 thumbs up at the time of making this. My video's only been out for 2 hours. And you're spreading a false narrative that if somebody comes to this video that's never watched me before and they think to read the comments and they read this comment, all they're going to see is you spreading negativity about me. And this is exactly one of the reasons why I block this sort of thing, because I don't need this kind of negativity in my life. I don't need this kind of negativity on my timeline 24/7, be it YouTube, be it Twitter, be it Instagram. I just don't need it. I don't need it and I don't want it. And no one should have to put up with it or should deserve it just because they're in the public eye. You then carry on to say, it seems now something little goes wrong, it triggers you immensely and it's everyone else's fault. I'm not blaming everyone else. I don't know where you're getting this from. Like, you're spreading a false narrative that you're just plucking out of the air to suit your argument. I don't understand where it's coming from. It says, I get it, me and my 2 best friends, Foot Champs, we go through the same struggle of lag, input delay and shitty servers. I understand it's frustrating, but complaining and being sour about it for videos upon videos is getting kind of annoying. When have I been sour about it for videos on videos? The last 4 weekends, I didn't even play all 40 games on purpose. I had 4 great weekends of Foot Champs. couple of, like an average weekend, the first one we finished 18 and 8. I got a few DCs in there. An average weekend last weekend where I finished 18 and 8 and I just wasn't really into it, wasn't really interested. We did a 25 and 4 and a 28 and 8 where I stopped and not playing Elite. I wasn't complaining about anything at all. I was saying to people, you know, this feels great. It's invigorating for me to not have to care about playing all the games in that 3-day period. And now you're saying that I'm being sour about losing at FUT Champs video after video. Again, I don't know where you're drawing this information from. And the reason why I'm making this specific video, because people might be like, why are you even addressing this? Why do you even care? It's because this is a top comment with a lot of thumbs up and a lot of people like pushing this narrative with you, which means a lot of people just aren't listening to what I'm saying in the video. And that's really frustrating for me when I sit there and I say, I played bad. I had a bad weekend. I was on tilt and not playing the best. I'm learning, you know, I'm learning how like better to figure out what's going wrong in the games. And you're saying, man, stop blaming everything else because I also said the servers were bad this weekend. You know what I mean? Like it's like me saying this is blue, this is blue, this is blue, but this is green. And you saying, man, everything you do is saying this is green. Because it's just one of the things in the pot. For me, it just doesn't make sense. And again, I understand a lot of people are probably sitting here watching this video thinking, why are you addressing, like this is almost like a video to Victor. It's not a video to Victor, this is a video for me just to try and, without it interrupting the Road to Glory, or taking over a video of the Road to Glory, this is me trying to just kind of explain myself and where I'm coming from. You then talk about the Twitter things and you said I accidentally tweeted my address and you made a simple, very non-offensive and non-threatening joke about it. It's not about the context of the joke. It's about the raising of awareness of it. Because if I engage with you in ha ha ha, yeah, come round my house, I'll see you there, that just encourages other people to try and find that. And then when they find that, much like you very well know, last year, you say it yourself here, last year I had people sending taxis to my house. Not this house, because I've moved since then, but they were sending taxis to my house, sending food to my house daily. I would have people knocking on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning when I had a 6-month-old daughter sleeping. Like, I got so much harassment from not even me tweeting my address, from just some absolute moron finding my address because he donated to me on Twitch and then decided to start Googling all the emails and went down the rabbit hole and found the company address and realised that was my home address. And then he started tweeting it out and he started tagging, like somebody would tweet me and it just tagged that person with my address. And of course, eventually he tagged the wrong person and Football Twitter got a hold of it. And before you know it, literally have someone tweet me, taxi will be at yours in 20 minutes. And 20 minutes later, I'd have a knock on the door saying, hey, taxi to take you to such and such place. And I'd have to be like, I'm sorry I didn't order this. And I had to start turning away people at the door. Literally, I'd have sometimes 10, 15, 20 people deliver me food in an evening from local pizza places and local Chinese places and local kebab houses, just delivering me food constantly. And it was actual harassment. I was getting harassed. So at the time, a couple of days ago when I accidentally tweeted my address, I removed the image immediately, of course. And anyone that was raising awareness to this, I just had to block them, because all it takes is for you to tweet me and for me to not do anything about that tweet and for the wrong person to see it and then that person to go and find my new address and then boom, what do you know? All of a sudden the same harassment comes on. If you knew the troubles I went through in the previous year with this situation because you referenced it. You said you knew, you literally said others coming and bothering you in the past. So you knew the fact that this was an invasion of my privacy and you still felt the need to tweet me and joke about something that you knew was a negative influence on my life for a long period of time that caused me no end of problems, and you thought that was okay to joke about it, and then you're getting upset because I decided to block you for that. That is not okay. You can't go to people and mock their negative experience in life and expect a positive reaction out of that. It just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. So yeah, I blocked you for that. I blocked you, not just you. Anyone that tweeted me something, see you at half time for a slice of pizza, lad, I'm blocking you. Because I don't need more of that kind of behaviour in my life. I just don't want it in my life. I don't want, this is my home, this is my privacy, this is where my family lives, this is where my 2-year-old daughter lives, this is where, my nephew who's 3 years old comes to my house every day. I don't need you or anyone else like threatening or impeaching my private life and my private home. This is my home. This is my privacy. I don't need or want you guys drawing attention to the fact that the dress is out there and thinking it's okay to mock me about that, specifically when you know last year I had huge problems with that. Like, it's just, for me, it's just not okay. I take feedback in different stages. If somebody actually posts a positive or a constructive comment, I will talk about it, I will address it, and we'll move forwards. But a lot of people don't post constructive criticism. A lot of people just post criticism. And I think there's a big misconception by a lot of people in the comment section or a lot of viewers to what constructive criticism is and what criticism is. You know, just criticizing someone. No one likes to just be criticized. What, you know what I mean? What, like, again, why I shouldn't have to put up with people just being critical. I shouldn't have to put up with people just criticizing me. But if you, like, say, if you're going to be constructive about it, feel free. Feel free. Like, you know, I feel like you've been fairly constructive in your comment here. And guess what? I'm addressing it with you. I'm talking to it with you. I'm letting you know my side of the story, my perspective, and where I'm at. And that's because you was constructive with it. If you wasn't constructive with it, if you was just being a dick and being critical and harshly critical or overly critical for no good reason, I would have ignored it. I would have probably blocked you from the channel. And that's the situation that it would have been in. Some of the replies to this were interesting. Some of them were kind of like speaking toward what I was saying, but some of them weren't. JT said, talking to a guy who said, where's Thomas Dillon? Thomas Dillon said, lol, he said he has lost because he played bad so many times. I've seen so many pros on Twitter not playing Weekend League because the gameplay is dog shit. GTFO. And that was in reply to Victor's comment. And then in reply to that comment, JT said, get off Nep's dick, this guy is right. He's one of the most sarcastic and passive-aggressive YouTubers. And I don't disagree with that. I can be very sarcastic, and sometimes it comes across as rude. Sometimes it comes across as aggressive. And I don't necessarily mean that. That is just my personality. You know, this is one of those situations where I think if you don't understand me and if you don't understand who I am or how I kind of, you know, how my cogs turn, you would probably get easily offended by my channel. For example, on stream the other day, we needed one more win to get gold 1, and the guy I came up against, I don't even know who it was. He might have been watching the stream, he might not have been watching the stream, I don't know. And I was jokingly just saying, dude, if you're watching a stream, an own goal and a rage quit, I'd love that. The stream would love that. The stream would love you to just score an own goal and rage quit and give me the win. A guy on Reddit, with all seriousness, thought that I was begging for wins from my viewers because I couldn't make gold 1. And that's because he just doesn't understand me and doesn't understand my sarcasm. And so I agree with you, I can be passive aggressive, I can be very, very sarcastic. And if I'm rude with that, I apologise. It's not my intention to be rude with my sarcasm. It's an attempt at being funny and at being witty and getting a fun laugh, a positive reaction through my sarcasm and wit. And sometimes I cross the line. I know I cross the line. You know, I'm human. I make mistakes. You know, sometimes I do cross the line. JT went on to say, I'm not saying he's a bad FIFA player because he's not, but compare him to people like AI Skills or Bateson and you'll find that their differences in attitudes is why they get top 100 and Nep hovers between elite and gold. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I also don't really agree with that. I don't think having a different attitude is going to change many things. But I'll move on. He says, for example, people like myself and many other commenters have said over the whole year that using attackers in midfield is costing him in FUT Champs. But he continues to do it. And this again is where I kind of just sit there and I think, do you actually watch the videos, or do you just decide to comment because you want to have a dig at me? Because it seems like here you decide to comment because you want to have a dig at me, because this week I actually changed into a team that had a defensive-minded midfield. I went with Dendonka, team of the season. Team of the season Stindl, who if you look at his stats has very, very strong defensive capabilities, and the player of the month, Dele Alli, who with the shadow card gets very, very strong defensive capabilities. We had a high medium, a medium, and a medium high midfielder in that midfield. And when I was going over that team on stream, Inception, who of course is a very, very good FIFA player, and when he did play FUT Champs, easily got Elite 1 and top 100 because he is a top end FIFA player, said that midfield is very, very balanced. So this week, I actually did change it. And you're here saying that I didn't change it, but I did because I took it on board. I took the advice of the people around me that said, hey, this might be your problem, and I changed that. yet you're still saying I didn't change it. So like it gets to a situation where I can't win. I literally can't win. Like if I do change, if I do take the advice on board and I do change what I've got going on, you don't even pay attention to it, so that it still fits your narrative of just trying to have a stab at me. And I don't think that's very fair. So you said, and if you still back him for using attackers in midfield, then consider how much pretty much every single pro and even YouTubers that get top 100 elite regularly run a defensive midfielder like Vieira, Kante, etc. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there is nobody who gets top 100 or went to regionals playing midfielders like Diego Costa, Kane, or Torres at centre midfield. And again, that is wrong. There's not many that do it. In fact, there's probably only a couple at most that do it. But Dr. Jabo got, I think, 39-1. After I said to him, I played Diego Costa in midfield. He tried it. He loved him. He got 39-1, I believe, maybe 38-2, playing Player of the Month Diego Costa in centre midfield. So it is a viable option. It is just not a used option because it doesn't fit the meta, essentially. But I take that on board. And then you said, literally in a recent video, the exact issue was brought up by someone in the comments, but he completely dodges the questions by talking about how he loses because he's fatigued. I don't lose because I'm fatigued. Like me as a person, me as a human, I'm not fatigued. And I don't lose because I'm fatigued in the first place anyway. I'm unable to, I need to play at this level for 40 games out of 40 to get my best result. I cannot play at this level for 40 games in such a short space of time. After I start playing games, my level of concentration just starts to wane. It just starts to get lower and lower and lower. My ability to upkeep the concentration levels you need to play your best FIFA for the longest amount of time, it starts to dip because I can't mentally handle playing that many games of FIFA in that short space of time. It's not an excuse. And it's not a, hey, if I could just stay at that level, I'd get top 100. Maybe I wouldn't. But I can feel myself getting mentally tired at playing the game and getting frustrated and just getting fed up and getting to a point where I'm just like, what's the point? After literally, it took me a while to figure it out, but it seems like my breaking point is around 8 to 10 games in a day. Now, if my breaking point comes early and it's 8 games, that means I can get 26 clean games out. 26 games at the best of my ability. That still leaves me with 14 games left to play. And if I get the best out of it, get 10 games out of it, I get up to 30 games. That still leaves me 10 games to play. That's not an excuse. It's the truth. That's just... You can see it every weekend without fail. The days where I play more than 10 games a day, because you have to play more than 10 games on one of the days, the days where I play more than 10 games a day are the days that I do the absolute worst. And the days where I play less than 10 games a day are the days where I do the absolute best. And the way I used to break it down was around 10 on Friday and around 10 on Sunday and the rest on Saturday. And so Saturdays were just categorically my worst day. And I would always win most of my games Sunday and most of my games Friday, and they would carry me to my higher finishes. And it's no coincidence that on the day that I played the most games, it was the day that I lost the most games, you know? He said that shouldn't be how a YouTuber addresses his fans. People at A&I skills aren't perfect or pros by any means, but at least they're completely transparent and positive with their fans. I don't feel like I've been super negative. I don't feel like I've been negative. I feel like this video has a little bit of not a negative tone, but definitely not a positive vibe. This definitely has like a negative vibe, and I don't even know how long I'll leave it on the channel. I don't actually know if I'm even going to upload it. Like the current time that I'm recording this, I kind of like what Victor did with his comment. I need to get this off my chest because it's actually been frustrating me the last few days. But I feel like I'm very transparent with my fans. I feel like I'm the most transparent. I don't feel like I could be any more transparent. I don't know what else I could say. Like, again, JT is another one in that boat of the whole, he never blames himself. He always looks for excuses, but I constantly blame myself. I know my problems in this game. My problems are that I'm a horrendous defender. I use second man press way too much, and I panic defend in games where it's close. When somebody's a skilled attacker and I play against them, I struggle a lot. So I panic defend. I switch players a lot. I switch players too much. I rush defenders up. I use second man press and I just move, I part my own defense like the Red Sea. And I know that I do that. And I know that that's my bad. But even though I say that, someone like Victor or someone like JT just disregards that because it doesn't suit what they want to hear. Oh, he said that he was actually to blame? Nah, let's pretend he didn't. And I don't think that's a fair way to look at things. Like if you're going to critique me, if you're going to take shots at me, they've got to be accurate. You know what I mean? He says, not saying Nepi is a kind of evil monster, but there's an element of defensiveness and stubbornness on how he speaks on issues that can be viewed as arrogance. And I wouldn't say I was stubborn. I'm very much open to change. I've tried different formation. If today's video, we've gone for a 5-3-2. I've changed something because what I had wasn't working. Very open to change. I don't feel like I'm stubborn in that sense. I do feel like sometimes I get defensive on things because, like in this exact scenario, I feel like people are attacking me without reason or for not understanding the reason. Like, I feel like JT here just I just feel like he's wrong. I feel like Victor is wrong. Again, when people say he never blames himself, he only blames the game, I very rarely blame the game. I always sit here and say, I underperformed. I didn't play to the best of my ability. There are games where I do feel like I lose to people who I'm better than, and that is because I underperform, because I didn't play to the... I made mistakes. Sometimes it's AI errors, and you can't get around that. If you don't feel like there are AI errors in this game, if you don't believe that auto lunge is a thing, and if you don't believe that, like misplaced passing or bad connection are a thing, I can't help you, because you must just have a different copy of FIFA to me. You must have FIFA 18 already, because those sort of things are in the game. But I don't blame those per se. I know that they're an attributing factor to the game. I definitely feel like I constantly say, I lost this game because I messed up here. There are some games, and you've had them and I've had them, where just you've done everything right and you still lose. And those are the most frustrating games, when you've had 15 shots and 12 on target from really key areas, and your players have just missed these sitters that usually they put in the back of the net. And, the goalkeepers are making super saves, and then your opponent gets a couple of counter-attacks and manages to score. I have those games. But even in those games, that's on me to change that. Because if I'm playing in a situation where I'm like, damn, this guy's had a couple of counter-attacks, and I haven't been able to see them off, and he's dangerous on the counter-attack, it's then on me to recognise that and change my setup. Switch formations, change play style, play a bit more passively, try not to give up the ball when your whole team is up the field. There are things you can do to change that. And that's where a pro or A9 skills or a Bateson would see that and be like, bang, let me switch that up. It's going to benefit me. But for me, I'm like, I can do this. I've got this. I can do this. That's what I believe. And I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I can't do it. Because when I concede, I'm like, God damn it. I wish I just changed my formation. So many times I tell myself mentally, I'm literally in my own mind, I'm saying, this guy is playing a defensive counter-attack style of football. Switch to a formation that has a central defensive midfielder. He will save you. And I don't do it. My mind is saying one thing, but my hands are just like, oh, I've got this. So I do take the blame. I do take the blame. More often than not, I take the blame. There are some times where I don't take the blame. Sometimes where I'm like, man, I just got screwed that game. Because sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens in real life. You see it happening all the time. Celtic v Barcelona all those years ago is a prime example. Celtic had 2 shots, scored 2 goals, and had 23% possession. They didn't do anything. They literally had 2 attacks and scored 2 goals, and then defended for their lives for the rest of the game. Things like that happen in football. That's okay. So he carries on, he carries on and says, it's well known that over the years, Net will block anyone on Twitter and social media that has a disagreement with him, even if the guy blocks as a fan and wasn't being abusive or nasty or whatsoever. There are a lot of people on our FIFA and Reddit who talk about their negative experiences with him. Yeah, a lot of people have had a lot of negative experiences with me. A lot of people have had a lot of positive experiences with me. Because I'm vocal, because I'm open, because I have an opinion and I'm not scared to stand up for my opinion. People like to battle that and fight that and contend with that, and people like to find the discrepancies in the things that I say, and that will take me to something where I'll say on one day Fernando Torres is the best striker I've used, and then a week later Romelu Lukaku is the best striker I've used, and then someone will come out of the woodwork and be like, you're a hypocrite, you said this and now this. I'll just block someone like that, because it's not that he proved me wrong and I can't handle it, or he wasn't rude, he was just pointing something out. It's because it is ignorance for the sake of ignorance. Opinions change, especially in a video game like FIFA, where new cards are coming out constantly and new things are in the game constantly. Opinions are bound to change. And I feel like a lot of people don't allow me to have a change of opinion or a change of heart in any way, shape or form without trying to jump down my throat for it. And I don't think that's okay either. So with that, in that sense, if someone is literally just being ignorant for the sake of being ignorant, I don't want to see that on my timeline. It's the same thing as what I said earlier on in the video. You know, I don't want to see negativity for negativity's sake on my timeline. Just don't want to see it. It's just not something I'm interested in engaging in. And so the best way to deal with it is just to block them and move on. You know what I mean? You know, maybe it's the wrong way to deal with it. Perhaps it is, but it's the way I deal with it, because it like, put yourself in my shoes. If you got a Twitter account with, you know, nearly 800,000 followers, and you're getting loads of people, like, don't get me wrong, I get a lot of positive messages, mostly positive messages. 95% of my tweets are just positive tweets, people just generally interacting with me, and I interact with them back very fairly. And again, it's one of those people where one of those things where people just don't even reference those things. People are, you only ever engage in negativity. I actually don't. You just have to go and look at my Twitter timeline and look at the tweets and reply section to see that I constantly engage with people in a positive manner. But that one negative tweet gets a big reaction. It gets more favorites. It gets more retweets because of the fact that it's you know, a fight. Like, if two people are walking down the street holding hands, you're not going to get a crowd of people rush around to see that. But if two people are walking down the street like fighting, people are going to be interested in that. So it gets more of an attentive reaction. So when I post something negative, which again maybe I shouldn't do, you know, maybe that's my fault. But when I post something negative, it's a case where people rush to see it. People are like, oh my God, did you see that? Did you? And it gets more attention, and so people get the perception that that's all there is, and that's not necessarily true. But you say that a lot of people have negative experiences with me, and yeah, they do have. But that's, as I say, I literally just block people, because when you get as much ignorant abuse as what I get, and what people like Nick gets, and even Bateson, like, people literally will just make accounts just to get blocked by Bateson. It's crazy. People literally make accounts on Twitter for the sake of tweeting him some abuse, just so they can get blocked by him, so that then they can take that and go to their friend circle and be like, ha ha ha, yes, I got him, he blocked me. Yeah, I must have really rustled his jimmies. And that's the sort of thing that, like, content creators and social media stars can't tolerate. A lot of people don't even read their tweets. A lot of people don't even respond to tweets. Like, you get people with smaller accounts than mine that will not even read their mentions. They'll tweet something out. They don't care if you read it or not read it. They don't care if you respond. They don't care if you interact. They just care to get their message across. I don't care to just get my message across. I love the interaction stage. I love the interaction phase of social media, of Twitch, of Twitter, of YouTube, of Instagram. I love interacting. I love seeing the responses from you guys when something happens in the community, be it like FIFA 18 news or a new player in the game. I love to see what you guys have to say. When a new team of the season comes out, I love the fact that I see all the packs that you guys get from the upgrade packs with all these team of the season cards in them. I absolutely love that. But another type of media influencer won't even give a damn if you packed something or if you got something, or, you know, don't care if you liked their new record or if you're a big fan of their TV show. They literally don't give a shit. And so it's, in many ways, I'm punished for caring so much that I respond and react and interact. You know, I've got nearly 100,000 tweets. I think I've got like 91,000 tweets or something. You see a lot of people with like a bigger name, a bigger personality than me, with just a couple hundred tweets or a couple thousand tweets, because they don't care to interact with you. They just care about getting their point out and their message across without engaging. And that's not really something that I'm interested in. So because I engage a lot and because I interact a lot, it drives that kind of negative reaction a lot. You know, people are like, oh, he's there, let me have a shot. Honestly, there are just people that do that. As I said, like with Bateson, there are people out there that just create Twitter accounts to abuse me. They want the block. They literally create Twitter accounts to get blocked. So when you get so much of that, it's very hard to tell who's genuinely being abusive and who's just trying to have a bit of banter. And it genuinely gets to the point, I know I said genuinely a lot there, I apologise. It genuinely gets to the point where it's like, I can't tell the difference anymore between who's trying to be nice and have a laugh and who's just honestly trying to be a dick. So it's easier just to group them all in the same category and say you're all blocked. And again, I apologise if that's the wrong thing to do, if that's the wrong way to handle it. There's no other way to handle it for me other than, oh, can't you just ignore it? Of course you can't. When I look at my Twitter timeline, I can't just decide, like, I don't know which tweet is a negative tweet until I've read it. So when I read it, of course I'm going to get people are going to like make me think, oh, That was unnecessary. Screw that guy. He's blocked. How can I ignore something I've already read? And I can't. How can I not read things that are negative? Because I'm not a Superman. I'm not superhuman. I can't be like, oh, I bet this tweet is negative. Not going to read that one. I'm just going to ignore that one because I don't know if it's a negative tweet or not until I read it. He then carries on to say, I'm not hating on the man, but his Road to Glory has been one of the most quality Road to Glories on YouTube this year, but you can't expect to go on treating your fans in such a way that makes them repulsed by you. Just saying. Well, if anyone's repulsed by me, if anyone's genuinely repulsed by me, they're not a fan. That's the truth. They're not a fan. There was also a few people talking about the team, and the fact that I'm using the same team, and the fact that I'm not buying players with coins. And this one is definitely a fair argument against the Road to Glory right now. This Road to Glory was designed to be fun, to show people that you could have a good team and earn coins by just playing the game. I didn't expect it to get the kind of viewership that it's gained over the year. I didn't expect it to get anywhere from 60 to 100,000 views per video. I thought it would start well, because most series do. I thought it would end up getting 30, 40, maybe 50,000 views a video, if that. That's kind of where my expectations were. So my expectation levels for this series have been surpassed. And so for you guys, that's awesome. I thank you guys so much for that. But I didn't expect to have what we have in this game. I didn't expect to have all these players and this team that I have. I didn't expect to have literally some of the best players in the game. Right now, if I sell all my fitness cards, I can buy 99 Team of the Year Ronaldo. I did not expect to be able to afford a Team of the Year Ronaldo at any stage in this game on a Road to Glory account. So it got to the point now where, and I feel like I've explained this in videos, but because this isn't a Road to Glory and this is just like an extra upload, I'm happy to just discuss it again and talk about it again. At the start of Team of the Season, I saved lots of packs, and I honestly expected to pack a few Premier League players. And my aim, my mind's eye, it was to sit there and eventually build the full Premier League Team of the Season. Just improve my team immensely and get all the best players, and then use the Foot Champs rewards going forwards to get other teams and other players. But in all of those packs, I just didn't pack anything. I made next to no coins. I would have genuinely been better off opening the packs as I got them, because I probably would have packed better things, or I could potentially have packed better things. So there was that. Then I expected, and this is my lack of foresight, I expected player prices to be relatively cheap. Right now, let me go into Footbin right here. And yeah, I could talk about FIFA, and I could talk for ages. This is going to be, I don't even know if anyone's going to watch this video. I don't know. But I expected player prices to be relatively cheap. Right now, for example, the Premier League player prices, Romelu Lukaku is 800,000 coins. I didn't expect him to be 800,000 coins. His 89 rated card, which is where I was basing a lot of my opinions off of, his 89 rated card was 270,000 coins when Team of the Season dropped. So, in my mind, I was thinking, right, if his 89 is 270, maybe 260, I could see his Team of the Season being maybe 350, maybe as high as 400, and it's over 800,000 coins. It's double, at least double the value I thought it was going to be. So I thought I was going to have enough coins to be able to purchase a lot of players and have a lot of fun, and still have some left over for other Team of the Seasons. And another one for that is like Marcos Alonso. His Team of the Season right now is currently 325,000 coins. His 85 rated card went as low as 50,000 coins. So when I see an 85 rated left wing back with incredible stats be 50,000 coins, I honestly thought, okay, 50k for his 85, his 83 was like 30,000 coins. I was thinking, alright, so his Team of the Season is maybe going to be 150, maybe 180. And it's 320,000 coins right now. It's a good 60 to 70% more expensive than I thought it would be. The reason why I thought it would be cheap is because everyone saved their packs. I thought everyone's going to open their packs. Everyone's going to, flood the market with players. There's going to be loads of them, and it's going to be great for the whole community. What went wrong was the fact that everyone had saved everything for a lot of months. So a lot of people had a lot of coins and a lot of packs. So what you can imagine is, imagine someone had 2 million coins worth of packs saved up, and they opened all those packs and sold all those items. Now they have a lot of coins, so people are buying up these players. People are buying up these team of the season cards because, 320,000 coins isn't that difficult to make in this game. So there's a lot less players on the market because a lot more people are just buying them because they have a lot more coins. And that's where I should have had the foresight to think to myself, damn, if everyone has lots of stuff, that's not going to be a cheaper market. That's going to be a more expensive market. But I didn't like see the obvious, On top of that, these league upgrade packs have been very, very bad for the price of players, because instead of buying an Alonso for 320,000 coins, people would rather dump that 320,000 coins into the Premier League upgrade pack, where they might have packed one or two players, and when they pack those one or two players, they're now untradeable. So there might be a lot of Alonsos on the market, in the game, but there aren't as many on the market because people aren't opening the regular packs. You see YouTubers and streamers open tens of thousands of FIFA points worth of 100k packs and 125k packs and get absolutely nothing. And it really discourages people to go and open packs. People might be like, oh damn, I was going to open some packs, but I'm watching Castro spend 200,000 FIFA points and get one bang average team of the season card. Yet I see Randy Jim over there open 7 of these upgrade packs and get 3 team of the seasons. So people are dumping their assets into these upgrade packs, and it's having a negative influence on the value of players on the market. So I didn't expect that. That was an unexpected twist for me. So the reason why I've now not decided to buy players at the moment is because I want to wait until they're a more affordable price. And the reason why I want to wait for that is because I don't want to lose hundreds of thousands of coins on players. Once again, I feel like, and again, I could be completely wrong here. I could be sitting here in 3 weeks' time being like, damn, man, I screwed up again. But I feel like EA SFC is going to see a big drop in player prices. The EA SFC, for those of you who don't know, that team of the season is all of the best cards in the game all at once in packs. All of the best attackers, all of the best midfielders, all of the best defenders. Basically, the best 23-man squad that you can get put together from all of the team of the seasons all go into packs together at the same time. So with that, any packs that are being opened, these high-end players are getting pulled, which drops the value. Now, there's a few things to consider here. Number one, EA haven't yet done a guaranteed team of the season pack, and there is some kind of, not understanding, but a potential, like a thought that at the EA SFC team of the season, EA may do a guaranteed team of the season upgrade pack that will contain team of the season cards from any team of the season. So like you could get one of the Liga NOS guys, or you could get one of the Dutch League guys, or you could get one of the Saudi League guys, or you could get one of the Premier League guys, just a guaranteed team of the season. If that is released, it will dramatically reduce the price of players, because people will dump multiple assets into those things to try and get the team of the season cards that they want for a cheaper price. It will absolutely drive the prices lower. So the last thing I want to do is, for example, go and spend 320,000 coins on Marcos Alonso, and then in 3 weeks' time, EA do release something like that, and his price plummets to 110, 120,000 coins. That 200,000 coins, or maybe 150 or 100,000 coins I might lose on him, is enough to buy another team of the season player. So right now, I want to manage my coins correctly so that I can really build the best team of my ability towards the end of team of the season. And there was some comments saying again, this game's dead now, why not just use your coins? I kind of understand that, but there's still a lot of FUT Champions left. We've still got all of this month, which is a 5-week month, all of July, and all of August. So there's still at least another 12 to 13 weeks of FUT Champions left. I feel like there is 12 to 13 weeks. It depends if July or August is also a 5-week month, there'll be 13 weeks left. If they're both 4-week months, there's still 12 weeks of FUT Champs left. So if I wait 3 more weeks to build my dream team, that still gives me 8-9 weeks of FUT Champs with an incredible team where I can really show what I feel like I can do, and give it my best shot. Last thing I want to do is improve my team a little bit now, and then come unstuck in 3 weeks when all the player prices hit the floor, and think, damn, I could have had this, and this, but I was kind of pressured into building a much, much better team by the viewers, and it's actually backfired. I don't want it to backfire, pretty much. So that's why I haven't changed the team so much so far. And then other people say that I'm just building the same Premier League team. And I agree. I much use the same team. The team that I built in today's video is a little bit different. It's a 5 at the back. We've got Plattenhardt, Stindl and Hummels instead of a Premier League left-sided defence. The reason why I use the Premier League players is because I have them and they're untradeable. There's no point me going out and again spending coins on something and losing coins in tax and depreciation when I have a better or very similar level player untradeable in my club. It just doesn't make sense. Right now I've got Son and Lukaku up front. There's no point me going and buying Werner and Stindl because I'd just lose coins on them. And again, I kind of feel like people are forgetting that I've used many other teams and players. I've used Stindl Werner the Burner. I bought him. I went and bought Kyle Walker. I went and bought Jorgensen and the Eredivisie players, and I played FUT Champions games with them. But of course, when they're tradable, I want to sell them, especially if I make a profit, and then go back to the cards that I can't sell because they're just as capable as the cards that I can buy on the market. Like right now, for example, we take the Bundesliga, the French League team of the season right now. Let's take a player that I could afford quite comfortably. Let me have a look at what the value of the players are. So a player that I could afford comfortably would be someone like Tovan. 450,000 coins for Tovan. He's a right forward and he's got very good stats. I've got, as my right forward, when I'm using 4-3-2-1, Heung-min Son 90 rated card. So when I compare Tovan to Heung-min Son, let's take a look at their stats. Now, bear in mind that Tovan is 4-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot, whereas Son is 5-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot. Son has 2 more pace, 1 less shooting, 4 less passing, 3 less physical, and 4 less dribbling. But when you put a chem style on them, they're very similar. I would personally put a Hawk on Tovan, and I think I've got engine on Son. So with an engine on Son, he goes to 99 pace, which the same with Tovan. Let me get it up on this monitor so I can really compare them. So as I say, with Tovan, I would have a Hawk on Tovan. That's what I would personally put on him. So with a Hawk on Tovan, he gets 96 pace versus the 99 pace of Son. He gets 97 dribbling versus the 97 dribbling of Son. He gets 98 shooting versus the 95 shooting of Son. 96 passing versus 94 passing, and 87 physical versus 95 physical. So there's no, like my point is, there's no point paying 450,000 coins to not only buy Tovan, but then to also remove Lukaku, because I'd have to put someone to link with Tovan, and remove whatever midfielder I've got in the midfield, to then either use 2 players that I've got as untradables in the club who will be lesser than what I already had in there, or to go and buy more players that fit around Tovan that cost money, that are probably going to depreciate in value and lose me coins. So just to fit in one decent player from this team of the season, I would have to change so much that it would undoubtedly just lose me coins. And I don't want to do that yet. I'm not saying I don't want to do that. I'm just saying I don't want to do it yet. I don't want to do it until I've seen all of the team of the seasons and everything EA have got to throw at us. Then I'll be like, okay, now's the time where I'm going to go and start buying a player, because I feel like once the EA SFC team of the season is out, player prices will really start to stabilise, and it'll be a situation where after the last team of the season is done, if Tovan goes from 450 down to 350, it's not him that's going to have gone down. All of the players would have come down. So that 350,000 coins that I'll get back will still be it will be worth as much as the same 450 that I would have had in the first place that I paid for him, because everyone would have come down. So what I want to do is, towards the back end of the team of the season, is see where the prices are going, see what all the players are, and build our very final dream team. It just means that in the meantime, I have to use the players that I've got in the club, or players that I feel like are safe purchases. I bought Werner for 305, I sold him for 330. Safe purchase. I bought Walker for 330, I sold him for 360. The reason why I buy these players is because they are desirable players. Like Timo Werner, for example, is very fast, has a 4-star skill moves. He's German, so he links to a lot. Like, he's very easy to link in the Bundesliga, and he's from Leipzig, which means he links to Forsberg with a strong link, and Keita with a strong link. He's a desirable player. However, Had I held on to him, as I said, I bought him for 305. I sold him for 330. He's now 250. So had I held on to him, I would have not made that 30k profit, and I would have lost 50k coins. So you could just wipe 80,000 coins off my coin total right now. That 80,000 coins is enough to purchase in today's team of the season any one of Dione, Bakayoko, Cyprien, 10 extra thousand coins for Seri, could buy Gomis, could buy Mbappe. Why is that 47k? Somebody's listed an Mbappe for 47k. Unlucky. Can't buy Mbappe. He's 470,000 coins. I think someone missed an O and listed him for 47,400. That's brutal. It could buy Budabus, Carasso. It could buy a few extra, 20 extra K for Subasic. I could buy Glick. I could have bought Mendy. And then the rest of them are a little bit more expensive. But those coins that I would have lost if I just held on to Werner is now the same amount of coins that would aid me in buying any one of half of the League One team of the season. So that's why I'm being cautious with my coins right now, because I don't want to be in a situation where I keep buying and buying and buying, losing and losing and losing, and then at the end of it having like 700,000 coins and thinking, damn, where did it all go wrong? I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys get that, get that out, understand where I'm coming from then. And if it makes the team boring for right now, I'm happy to listen to ideas as to how to make it interesting without necessarily spending hundreds of thousands of coins. And again, this takes me to a point now where if somebody says to me, for example, you should try Inform Salah at right forward, or the 87 Salah, go use him for a few games instead. The only thing I can think about if somebody would say that to me, go use Salah, he gets a strong link to Nainggolan, you are right. But again, right now I have Heung-min Son as my right forward. Salah has 2 more pace, 2 less dribbling, 11 less shooting, 10 less passing, 10 less physical. So I would be going and buying a player for 100,000 coins that has worse stats than a player that I already have. I don't see the value in that. I don't see the point in that. I'm happy to try new players and stuff, but it has to be the right player for the right value for the right reason. There's no point me just buying a player to try them when I've got a player who will just be better already in the club. So this video is nearly an hour long already. I'm not going to monetize this video. I'm not here. This video isn't to make money off you guys. I just wanted to let you know where I was coming from. I truly apologize if you feel I've been negative recently. I will try and make sure I'm not negative. I don't personally feel like I've been negative. I don't personally feel like my videos have had a somber tone. But they haven't had the most upbeat vibes. I can stand up and say that they haven't been the most upbeat, positive videos. But I don't feel like there's been a negative vibe. I kind of just, as I say, I kind of just wanted to sit here and address this whole clickbait thing, really, because it's really like I just don't understand. That's my point. I just don't understand. I do understand when people say you could have just put 97 lone team of the season Ibra squad builder. I get that. I get the difference between saying 97 team of the season Ibra and 97 lone team of the season Ibra. I understand the differences. I'm not a complete idiot. I get that. But I don't understand why in 5 days ago, if I had titled the video 97 team of the season squad builder, nobody would have said anything, and nobody would have been offended, and nobody would have been like, oh my god, this is clickbait. Yet for the last 5 days, for some reason, this new wave of people just coming to the channel saying everything is clickbait, when all of my titles are falling in line with exactly every video all the time, if that makes perfect sense. So I just wanted to talk about, as I say, I'm happy, guys. I'm happy to take your thoughts and opinions. I'm happy to take feedback and advice and constructive criticism. I'm not interested in just seeing people be rude for the sake of being rude. Again, like there were comments of the video on that most recent video where people are literally just putting in abuse, and that's surprising to me for this channel. this is a sort of thing that I get a lot on the main channel, and not just me, just YouTubers in general. They just get them a lot on channels. There's just a lot of like negative comments. For me personally, I'm surprised when I see it on this channel, because I felt like we as a community had a much better understanding. See, like literally a comment 10 minutes ago: 97 team of the season Ibra squad builder. Oh, fuck off, Nep. I don't understand that reaction. Is it not what I said it was? Because it is. It doesn't matter that he's alone, really, because he's not different on the field. It's not different stats or a different player. It is the team of the season Ibrahimovic. It's just a situation where I only get to use him for 7 games. It doesn't make it any less of a team of the season Ibrahimovic squad builder. Having the actual team of the season Ibrahimovic wouldn't make it any more of a team of the season Ibrahimovic squad builder. It is a squad builder that contains it. I just wanted to kind of like let you guys know where I was in that sense. That's where I'm at. That's where we're at. That's where the video is at, and we'll see where we go from here. You know, like I could quite easily change the Road to Glory into something where I just buy and sell players constantly and just lose coins, just drain coins, but I will be using multiple players. And I do understand people that say, look, we're getting to the end of FIFA, enjoy your coins. I do want to enjoy my coins, but I don't want to be forced into it too early and lose too much. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at. I feel the vibe of this video, and I feel the vibe of this video is a very moany, complainy vibe. And I felt like I needed to do this just to let you know where I was at, where I was coming from, and why I was doing it. But rest assured, in future videos, we won't address these things anymore. We'll stick to making sure the comments that we take from the video are positive comments about positive things, and not negative comments about negative things, and not going over previous videos or previous issues and stuff. And maybe once a fortnight or once a month, we'll take another video like this where I just sit down and talk about some of the negative things that have been commented, because it's undoubted I can't please every person, you know what I mean? I can't please all the people all of the time. There's definitely going to be every video where someone's not happy about something. Maybe the way I've got my hair today. Maybe this, I've got a lot of these. I wear my own t-shirts mostly. I've got like 7 of these exact t-shirts. Maybe I wore the same t-shirt 2 days in a row, or it looked like I wore the same t-shirt, but they're just a new version of the same t-shirt. Maybe somebody was unhappy with that. Maybe somebody's unhappy that my beard got a bit too long. Maybe somebody was unhappy that I didn't use their favorite player in that day. You know, like people are very fickle as to why they push the dislike button. I want the best for this channel. I want the best for this series. I want the best for you. And with that, the reason why I'm making this video is because I do care, not because I don't care. Somebody that didn't care would just delete all the negative comments, maybe even disable likes and dislikes if they were that fussed about not seeing that, and they would have clickbaited the crap out of every video. I have a unique opportunity on this channel to be able to clickbait any video for anything I want. I have a very unique opportunity, because the fact that we interact in the comments, all I need is for someone to mention something in the comment section that I think will be a huge title, and I can just take that and go with it. 3-4 weeks ago, hey Nep, what do you reckon would be one of the best things in FIFA 18? Or, hey Nep, what new features do you want in FIFA 18? Boom. Brand new feature in FIFA 18. That's a video title. That's a clickbait title. And I could have done that. I could do that every 3 days. New comment, new comment, new comment. You know, new comment about FIFA 18 this. For example, we could have the 24th team or the EASF team of the season, or the footies. I get asked about the footies all the time. Hey Nep, who do you reckon what categories do you think will be in the footies? Who do you think is going to be in the footies? I could quite easily do a video saying the footies are here, and saying, hey guys, footies are coming. There was at this time last year. They're going to be around the same time this year. Who do we think is going to be in it? That's a clickbait title. It would get more views than normal because it's a title that is interesting and intriguing, but it wouldn't be. But I don't do those things because I like to keep things in fitting with what works for me. And so when I do a squad builder with Team of the Season Ibra, it doesn't matter that he's alone. It is a Team of the Season Ibra. And I hope you guys can understand it. And I get a lot of people saying that that this is clickbait and this isn't okay. This Road to Glory channel if you're a fan of this channel, it really shouldn't matter what the title is anyway, because you know that the content is going to be legit. And I'm not saying that, oh, look, I can use clickbait because you guys should just be okay with it. But like, it's interesting to me when someone who watches every single video is like, oh man, this was clickbait. But you would have clicked on it no matter what the title was. Does it matter? Like, does it matter in that instance if you felt like it was clickbait? Anyway, I'm going off topic, but bottom line is, I just wanted to get that out there. Just wanted to share my opinion. You know, maybe this video will backfire. Maybe people will just not understand where I'm coming from. You know, I don't necessarily always have the right answer or the answer. Sometimes I'm wrong in my thought process. I'm wrong in the way I handle situations, and I could do a lot better for sure. But I hope you guys realise that this video is just about me kind of not wanting to disrupt the road to glory by talking about this on a FIFA video, getting it out there now. So for those of you who did want to watch it, you could have watched it and you could listen to it as a podcast or however you want, but knowing that the next video that will be a road to glory will just be about FIFA and the road to glory one more time, and it won't be a video where I'm talking about this comment of negativity and that comment of negativity, because we got it all out here. If you guys have anything to say, of course, the comment section is there, and I'm more than happy to address and talk about anything you want all the time. But for now, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.